We are finally here. The NCAA tournament is here. I'm very excited for it. And this is just a bracket that I filled out. Now, the odds of a perfect bracket are extremely unlikely. In the first four, we have Texas Southern versus A&M-CC. Texas Southern will win that game. I have Wyoming upsetting Indiana. I have Wright State beating Bryant. I have Rutgers beating Notre Dame. Gonzaga, if you look right here in the West, Gonzaga's a great team. Number one, Chet, they should get past Georgia State. I have Boise winning, UConn, Arkansas, Rutgers, Montana State with the upset over Texas Tech, Michigan State beating Davidson, Duke winning. Then, obviously, as we get down in the bracket, I have Baylor winning, North Carolina winning, St. Mary's with the win over Wyoming. I have UCLA winning. I have Texas winning, Purdue, Murray State with a very nice tournament victory over San Francisco. I see Kentucky winning. As we get to the Midwest, I have Auburn winning, Miami, Wisconsin, LSU, Providence, Iowa, San Diego State, Kansas. And then when we get to the South, my favorite region, I have Villanova winning. I have my Buckeyes, coming with I won't call it an upset. Everyone has Loyola Chicago winning. I don't see why. But we have two first-round picks, Malachi Branham, E.J. Liddell. We have a great chance of winning. You get the Tennessee, Josiah Jordan James' Tennessee Volunteers team is very good. I have them winning. I have that team up north winning. I feel like that team up north, they're really underseeded. I also have Illinois winning. I have UAB with the upset. Jelly Walker is the guy to look out for. Seton Hall, I have them winning, and I have Arizona winning. So that is what I have. Now, the likelihood of me going perfect on these picks are not likely. One of the games that are kind of a toss-up for me is San Francisco versus Murray State. These are two teams that not many people have really seen play, and this is one that can This can be a game that will be a factor in most people not having a perfect bracket, especially after Thursday and Friday. I think that Purdue is very solid. They don't play any defense. If I can get any defense from this Purdue team, they can go really, really far in this NCAA tournament. Texas, love Texas. Andrew Jones, great team. UCLA coming off a all-time classic playing Arizona in the Pac-12 championship, very great game. If you can go back and watch that, I think they'll be ready, battle tested. Now Akron's coming in very motivated. There was a lot of debate over Kent State, should the players have been suspended or not. I'm not gonna get into that, but Akron, after seeing that video, Akron's really motivated. If Akron is motivated, UCLA, that can be a game that could be a potential upset. Obviously, Wyoming, Indiana, these games, they can go either way. But either team that wins, I think they played it tonight, they will lose to St. Mary's. St. Mary's is a very underrated team. They obviously play in the same conference as Gonzaga. They're a problem for Gonzaga, so that lets you know Gonzaga's been a really great team for so many years under Mark Few. Marquette, Notre Dame, these 8-9 matchups are very, very tough to predict. Norfolk State versus Baylor. Shout out to the HBCUs. HBCUs should be respected, and tremendous accomplishment getting here. But Baylor, I don't see it happening. Duke, now, Duke has been very. Duke is not. Duke has a lot of issues on this team, but I do see them getting past CSU. Michigan State, Big Ten, got to roll with them over Davidson. I have Montana State with the upset over Texas Tech. I love Terrence Shannon, Texas Tech. They have seniors on the team, but I'm rolling with the upset. Montana State. I have Rutgers beating Notre Dame and Alabama. Arkansas should get the victory over Vermont. Now, Vermont is a sneaky team, a game that many people are saying, hey, Vermont can absolutely beat Arkansas. We shall see. UConn, New Mexico State. There's a lot of UConn fans now. The men and women, I think the women are going to go farther than the men this tournament. I have Boise State with the upset over Memphis. Well, 8-9s, the 8-9 matchups are really tough. And then obviously I have Gonzaga over Georgia State. And that's what I have. From there, if I was to be correct, Murray State cannot match up with Kentucky. Purdue has too much offensive talent for Texas to deal with. UCLA, they just went to the Final Four last year. You can't bet against them. I have USC. I have North Carolina with the upset. Caleb Love, Baycott. Will they go to the bench? We'll see. But I just don't believe in this Baylor team. I love the Big Ten, but I have Duke beating Michigan State. I have Rutgers. Surprisingly, Rutgers going a little bit further. They will beat Montana State. I have UConn beating Arkansas. Gonzaga is going to walk. They have a very, very nice path. They should beat UConn. Gonzaga versus Duke. Even though Duke did win this season, I'm going with Gonzaga to get payback. UCLA, Purdue. Love this UCLA team, but Purdue offensively is very talented. So I have Gonzaga versus Purdue. And I have Miami versus Auburn. Auburn, come on. Jabari Smith, two guards who can penetrate. Miami does not want to see that. Johnny Davis, Brad Davidson, Wisconsin, too many great guards. LSU, they don't have their head coach, can't go with them. Iowa versus Providence, I'm rolling with Iowa. The Big Ten, got them. Kansas versus San Diego State. And if I was to be correct, I would go with Kansas. True Buckeye fan. Love Ohio State. We would definitely be Villanova. They don't want to see us. Gillespie and the other guard that they have. They have not seen Malachi Branham and EJ Liddell play before. I will go with Tennessee over beating that team up north. Now that team up north, you guys should be happy. I picked your team to win, but I don't think they have enough to beat Tennessee, UAB, Illinois. Trent Frazier, true believer in them. They would definitely beat UAB. Arizona, I have them winning it all. And I have them upsetting not upsetting. I would be upset if they beat my Buckeyes, but I have Arizona beating my Buckeyes. Auburn versus Arizona will be a tremendous. Kansas versus Auburn will be a great matchup. Look, a true believer in Auburn. I think they can get past Kansas. I don't see them getting past Arizona. Arizona versus Gonzaga will be a tremendous matchup in my opinion, and I will go with Arizona to win it all. This team has won over 30 games. They're not on people. They don't stay up to watch them. People are going to know who the Arizona Wildcats are, and if my bracket was to be correct, I would have them winning the whole thing. But I would love for my Buckeyes to win it all. Teams that could potentially win it. Purdue, Kentucky. That's going to be a great game. Purdue and Kentucky have a great chance of winning it. Auburn has a great chance of winning it. Kansas has a great chance. Arizona, obviously. Gonzaga has a great chance. If Duke gets their act together, they can have a great chance. You can never bet against Michigan State. They always go on some sort of run. Baylor, a lot of people believe in Baylor, so they could potentially win it. I don't see them winning it. Who else has a chance of winning it when we look at this bracket? I would say Wisconsin, but I mean you're facing Auburn pretty early in the tournament, which is it's not really good. Iowa, I don't think Iowa can win it all, but I think they can make a deep run. If they were to make it to the Final Four, I would not be surprised. My Buckeyes, if we were healthy, I think we could, get to the Final Four. But I mean, we have to face Arizona, which is very tough. Tennessee has a lot of great talent. They have a great chance of winning it. If Texas Tech gets past Montana State, they have a chance of making a great run. Look for senior leadership and teams that can execute down stretch is going to be very important in this NCAA tournament.